High-end master model, Command Wolf. Hey, how's it going? Welcome back to my channel. As you can already see, we got another Zoid model to review. The high-end master model, Command Wolf, LC and AC Barad version. Not Brad, Barad. Yeah, I don't know what happened there. Well, anyways, this version of the Command Wolf was released in December of 2010. And I just want to specify that there are actually several iterations of the Command Wolf. And from what I can tell, they're just recolors. But I still want them. This version of the Command Wolf comes from the New Century Zero Zoids anime, piloted by Brad Hunter, or Barad Hunter, a hunk of a man that's part of the Blitz team. The same team that has Bit Cloud in his Liger Zero, a kit which I have reviewed up here. Anyways, back to this Command Wolf. So what we got here is a nice looking model kit despite being over a decade old. The overall design looks very sleek while being robust. Like many other high-end master model Zoids, this kit has some great color and part separation. Aside from the eye-catching blue, the inner mechanical frame is mostly gray, but the design does incorporate different colored plastics for other parts of this kit, and a whole bunch of panel lining, which I didn't do because I do plan to paint this one day. So as you can already see, this kit has a lot of details shoved right into it, but it is far from perfect. If you have seen that Liger review, yeah, it's a freaking hand grenade. Just like that Liger Zero, this kit has also gotten loose over time. So I highly recommend you either tighten the joint, you glue it, or you paint it. If you don't plan on doing any of those, just put it in a pose and never touch it at all. But if you do plan on playing around with it, I'll show you what it can do. Firstly, I'll remove this weapon unit so we can focus solely on the body articulation. Like always, starting with the head, and a finely designed head if I might add. Look at all the detail molded on. Taking a look at the mouth, it could pathetically open up this much. Articulation wise, this is a huge letdown. At least it has sharp teeth, I guess. You can pop open this clear orange cockpit hatch to see the man himself, Brad, in all his painted glory. And yes, it does come pre-painted. From a frontal view, the whole neck could extend this far up. Pretty good. Unfortunately, the neck can't hold that position though. Side to side pivot, a side view of the neck going up. Look at that ugly gap. Ew. Basic up and down head movement. Next up, we have some... Okay, yeah, there goes the leg. Moving along, we got a good external rotation of the front leg, a basic 360. The weapons mounted on its front legs can do a 360. I would like to point out that these weapons are exclusive to this version, as well as the attack custom and repackaged versions. We have an up and down movement on the shoulder armor, and a all-right elbow bend, which is also inhibited by said armor. This exhaust also falls off a lot, so I'll just leave it off. The leg could extend this much, and an extra joint on the shoulder allows the leg to actually extend a little bit more forward. And onto the little paws, it's got a side pivot. Look at those cute little toesies. And up and down on the toes. Very nice. Onto the main body, I'm just going to remove this leg so it makes it easier to see. Exposing some shiny pipes and some cabling. We have a nice side to side bend from the bottom and from the top. And yeah, that cable comes out if you do it too much, I guess. But it's easy to put back in. While we're down there, I'll show you how to access the Zoid core. That part came off too. Normally you flip this down, but I just pulled it off. But yeah, as you can see it, there's the Zoid core. We have a good pelvic tilt on the sliding mechanism right here. Do too much though, and the cable will come out again. And here's a side view of that tilt. Just gonna pop this leg right back in. Hopefully it doesn't fall off. Rear leg's got a basic 360. And as you can see, this thing's just trying to come off. Back to the hind legs, these boosters could rotate slightly, and they are also exclusive to this version, the attack custom, and the repackaged version. There's also that mechanism that allows the leg to extend a little more. That upper hip armor has some mobility as well. The rear leg is fully extended and bent position. The leg's already getting really loose, so I'll just pull it out. Toe movement is exactly the same thing as the front leg. And last but not least, the tail. It could go up and down and wiggle left and right. And it's got some cool vents too. And while we're back here, I just want to point out how cool the exhausts look. At least in this reality, we still use gas instead of electric. Screw you, Tesla. Give me my V8. The overall articulation might be a bit lacking, at least compared to the Liger Zero. However, it is an older kit, so I could look past that. But for a quadrupedal war machine, it's alright. And what's a war machine without its weapons? Aside from the repackaged version, these three main weapons, the boosters and the shoulder weapons, are exclusive to these two kits. And the first thing we got here is the AC unit. The side arms that connect to the panels can fully rotate, as well as the panels itself. Both individual cannons can 360 rotate, and even with a simplistic design, I still think it looks good. The whole AC unit has a lot of detail molded into itself. You can see the colored part separation of this whole weapon unit. They could have easily made this whole thing all gray, but I'm happy they didn't. And once equipped, this guy looks pretty menacing. And this is my preferred loadout when I display him. He just looks really good when he has a big gun on him. But if you don't like that, we got options. This here be the long cannon. I don't really know what it's actually called, but I just assume the LC stands for long cannon. Based on appearance, it's just a long cannon. It's as detailed as the AC unit, but without any moving parts. This cannon does share an adapter piece for the third weapon set, and the adapter can pivot, meaning the weapons can actually move up and down. Slot this bad boy in. We got some heavy long-range weaponry. And last but not least, we have this, I'm not entirely sure what it's called, but it's a cockpit with two guns at the side, and you can actually put a pilot figure in there. And both of these guns can 360. Nice to have. Definitely not my choice of weaponry, but it's nice to have. And it doesn't look half bad. Extra DACA is always good. Oh, and before I forget, it also comes with a painted model of the Judge. And from what I can tell, it's pretty well painted. A very cool extra. And now, the most important thing, the shake test. What a disaster. Okay, let's put on the weapons and see how long that lasts. Not bad, held on pretty well. Look, I didn't expect much from that test, but now you might have an idea how temperamental these kits can be. Alrighty, time for the size comparison. Here it is next to an entry grade ARC-78-2, real grade New Gundam, a Donkey Kong Amiibo, Space Marine Dreadnought, Figurized Standard Amplified Metal Garurumon, an average sized Naruto Funko Pop, a huge Kurama Funko Pop, a Rupia from A&W, Egbert. And here it is next to Liger in the shelf. You can see it's much smaller than Liger. So final thoughts? This kit's pretty good on its own right. If you're a big Zoids fan, go ahead, pick it up. But remember, you will have to put extra effort, tighten those joints, glue it if you have to. Keep in mind that it is an old Zoid kit, so the engineering for this kit wasn't that great. The only major issue I have with this kit is the articulation is very limited and it blows up. Beginner builders stay away or beware. However, if you still choose to get this or its variants, the wolf design is very cool and this kit is jam-packed with weaponry. These Command Wolf model kits are very detailed, and having a boatload of interchangeable weapons is always good. Hey, thanks for watching my videos. I enjoyed making it. Let me know what you think. I hope that you come back and watch my future reviews. If not, that's okay too. Take care. Bye.